Hi all, welcome to another Chess24 Banter Blitz. So it's approaching 11:30 UK time, okay, let's have a look at the voucher code screen to start off with, actually, just for a moment. Chess24 Banter Blitz, and mute over here. You can use the voucher code Kingscrusher for a 15% off discount, so you can get to play and challenge the likes of Magnus Carlsen, the current world chess champion, very strong grandmasters, IMs, etc. So yeah, that voucher code, whopping 15% off. Let's have a look now at the challenges today. Okay, so right, the first challenge, Julio. Try and get the challenges in. My challenge list is a bit short at the moment, so do get them in. So I'll try an English opening. Okay, so this is a 3-minute game. I'll try e4 here. Okay, so d4, maybe trying for aggressive pawns with f4 and knight f3 coming up. So if I play d5, and knight f3 here. Okay, bishop e2 to unpin. I think a4 to prevent b5. And now castle. So it's looking like a kind of King's Indian 4 pawns attack at the moment. That's just in time supporting the e4 pawn. Maybe I can stretch out with g4, g5. I've had this played against me once when I was playing black in the King's Indian. I had an uncomfortable game. I think I swindled it in the end, but it was a pretty uncomfortable game. This space gain here with the bishop pair, I think it might be justifiable, even though in general it's kind of controversial for weakening some squares. But I think here, I think the space gain is quite kind of interesting. Okay, so I'll drop the bishop back. Now, yeah, b5 is going to indirectly put pressure on my e4 though coming up. I might need to be ready, or here, just go to g3 straight off the bat. In advance of b4, I just want to go to g3 to support e4. I just don't want to lose e4 in particular. Okay, this gives me a semi-open h-file to play with. How would I use that here? There's another aspect. Well, maybe g6 is going to be played. Can I play for bishop d4? Knight c5, maybe I should take that off for e5. In fact, if it goes to d3, that looks unpleasant to say the least. So I think I will snap that knight off on knight c5. Okay, so bishop d4 in the meantime. So I might have an idea now of this h-file attack. I think it might be worth reinforcing the e4 square a bit with rook a e1. Okay, here I've decided I want to do this. So now potentially, I think d6 or bishop e4 looks good. Bishop e4 in particular looks pretty dangerous. Alright, that looks a little bit on the desperate side to play that. There is rook g5, but there's rook f8 here coming up. So queen takes, rook f8. I still think here I can win the queen. And then queen g4. Okay, I can take that. Alright, thanks for the game, Julio. You'll be able to get a rematch today if you just hang around for a bit. So, Kasparov fan. Let's play Knight F3, the classic Knight F3, I think, today. So Bishop E2 maybe and G4. Would he play D5 immediately? I'm going to find out. Trying to track him if he doesn't play D5. Well, maybe I've got that under control for a moment, D5. So this is a ready-made aggressive position. So Queen D2 and Castle Queenside, I think. This D5 hole, so I'm trying to play on the D5 hole. Boleslavsky hole, I think it's been called. Well, after Boleslavsky, funny enough, I think he did research into the structures with a weakened D5 square. Okay, so that was an interesting pawn sacrifice from my opponent. Now this, I could elect to ignore that. There is Queen G7 there. Maybe to add spice to Queen G7, Bishop C4. Because I'm just wondering, you know, Bishop F6 would be protecting the rook. If I have Bishop C4 in first, or even Bishop H5, G6. It's interesting. Bishop C4. Yeah. It's sort of pinned to G7. I'm thinking, you know, Queen G7 if FG. Without Bishop F6 now. Because of Queen F7 checkmate. I was trying to discourage Bishop F6 there with this move. So I think I want to castle queenside here. So if I castle queenside, or play Bishop D5 first, okay, that cements that bishop there. And castle queenside. Okay, so maybe I want to keep the queens on here. Or do I just take off? Maybe just take off, take it easy. I think I'm a pawn up anyway, so maybe this is a reasonable way of playing it. B4 could be a nuisance. Knight A4 might not be ideal. Knight A4 is not forced, so maybe, you know, B4, Knight E2 to D4. Let's do this, as though there might be some issue on the G file. In fact, it looks as though maybe a bishop retreat for Knight D5 would be more ideal for that knight. Okay, that's been dissuaded here. Let's see. Knight E2 to D4. For the moment, I'm thinking I've put a strong glove against this dark square bishop in particular, restricting the dark square bishop in particular. But yeah, you know, this looks aggressive. Do I need to do something about these pawns? Rook G3, A3, try and undermine them, try and fix them, try and weaken them. Rook G3, A3, for example, AB, Rook B4, Rook A3. It's adequately protected. A4 at the moment. Is there another way? I think Rook G3 generally is looking handy, so I'll play it anyway. But maybe Rook C1, C3 is the way to do it. C3 here. Try and use this C file, quick doubling of the rooks on the C file. I think it's weakening the pawns, but as I say, A4 is adequately defended at the moment. It's a nuisance, Rook B4. I think I'll have to play A3. I don't want it on the knight. So I can potentially, I believe, just double here. Try and infiltrate via C7 if there isn't Rook C8. But there is Rook C8. Okay. Exchange of one pair of rooks. Okay, so I'm comfortable with the extra pawn. As I say though, a4 is pretty solid. The bishop's still kept out of the game at the moment, but he's trying to liberate it. There's a cost to that, I think. Okay, it creates an outside pass pawn and potential counterplay though. If I do g takes on knight f5, there's bishop f6. And that dark square bishop is a bit of a pain. Maybe I need to consider something else. Maybe g6. Oh, I'll go with g6. Yeah, there is bishop f6. It's not that easy. Rook d3. Yes, I'm getting a bit scared now of counterplay. There's things like bishop f5 in a good day, or bishop b5. At the moment, the knight's keeping out. B5 anyway, keeping out b5. But how on earth to play this now? Okay, knight takes. There's rook b2 coming up. There might be possible to play b3. Okay, it's not ideal, but b3 or b4, maybe b4. Exchange of rooks. Is it tricky to win this? He's got an outside pass pawn. Now, I've got an outside pass pawn as well. It's an interesting opposite colored bishop position. If my king goes to d5, there's pressure on d6. Would he be overwhelmed? Would he allow? I mean, he could have stopped my king going there with king c5. That might be a mistake. Okay. So it's possible to play bishop h3 or a4. I think going to f7 encourages bishop f6. And what if I played e5 here, just to make sure my king f7. Oh, hang on, he can take a3, but he loses g7 if he takes a3. Can I win with just the g pawn and the e pawn? This is getting tricky. I think I have to try and win this bishop with e7. I might be just in time here for e7. Bishop f6, e7. Yeah, okay, only just. It's nearly drawing opposite colored bishops like that. Thanks. Okay, McTell. Okay, that was close, very close in the end. I think keeping the king out was interesting as a possibility to improve on the play there. Okay, so remember, all challenges welcome today. Okay, so McTell, my form pawn mug here. So it's classic London system torture time. Okay, this is a thing which might be handy or might not to do. So rook a e8. I mean, maybe queen b8 a8, and hope for the best. So rook a e8, e5. Okay, queen b8. All right. Now there's an issue of DC all the time, isn't there? I can't do d takes. Alright, let's get on to this hyper-modern, trendy diagonal here with Queen A8. I just like the aesthetics of it anyway, even if it doesn't do anything. The aesthetics of the battery. It might actually do something. Never know. So C4 or CD here? I think CD keeps things more open, just in case. I do have the possibility of E5. I'll play that. So, how to build up here? That's a tricky one. I wonder G5 immediately is radical, isn't it? Sort of weakening my king. I'm borrowing from my king safety. I might want to do something about this bishop d6 stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure really. G5, is that crazy? This diagonal's compromised. Oh, let's do it. I've got the battery ready, targeting on G2. When I played the London system with white in over the board games, there was this one game which was pretty unpleasant for G2. So I'm trying to underline this G2 unpleasantness here with this move. When they did this battery, it was a really tough game. I think the G2 issue, I'm trying to underline now. Anytime I play E4, there's always bishop D6, potentially, after knight E1, and that would be quite snug for white. Okay, so if I play H5, okay, this is a bit caveman-y meets hypermodern. Hypermodern man and caveman come together here for some weird concoction. So bishop G2 coming up. My knight is a liability on D7 potentially. Is I don't know if rook E7 is going to be needed. Oh, well, that's a bit of a positional concession, surely. So on this G5 is falling off, and this maybe bishop H6. Okay, I have to support this G5 pawn now, but he's blocked in that bishop. Is there? I don't know if there's an idea. Rook E7 might actually be useful. This pawn, yeah, it's a pain keeping out my knight. Oh, why didn't I just take on F3? Oh. Weakness of the last move. Why I play this to that. Okay, that's very logical, isn't it? I'm not looking at the logic of the moves really. There's a weakness of the last move. Great. Okay, I let off. I'm so generous. Okay. Anyway, I've cemented the bishop now, keeping it positional, cementing the bishop on H2. So it's like winning a piece, having that bishop on H2 at the moment, in any case. But it's a solid kind of thing. Unless I can use this H file. Can I use this H file? King G7, Rook H8. And then there will be Rook E8, Rook H2, king h2, rook h8, rook h1. So maybe it's not all that bad. Yeah, king g7, rook h8 looks very dangerous here. Yeah, king g7, rook h8, rook e8. I'll be threatening rook h2, king h2, rook h8, king g1, rook h1, checkmate. It's difficult here, I think, for white. This bishop is miserable right now. Yeah, I don't think there's too much potential here to defend. Ah, okay. Well, now I can take here. The knight's hanging there. Alright. I did. Okay, the let-off wasn't too severe for my position. Thanks. Okay. Bring on the challenges. Nice. Or rematches if you want today. So English opening, g3 and bishop g2. I think, encourage some committal pawn moves. I'll take centre pawn here. And take another one. So and reinforce that knight. But I mean, it's you know, a bit of play for black here, maybe. I'll go for f6, I think. Right, so that looks dangerous for queen d2 here. And queen h6. If king h8, queen h6, rook g8. But here, you know, rook f5 and queen g5. Okay, so that's too dangerous, I think. Queen g5 coming up, queen h6. So I think queen h6 in this position looks pretty dangerous. That form pawn. Okay, thanks for the game. Talk with me too. Talk with detail. Okay, bring on the rematches if you want. My challenge list isn't brilliant today, so isn't oversubscribed. So rematch is welcome. I'll just make that clear. Okay. So more London system. Okay, I'll try this setup again against. Oh, it's a London system with c4. So a6, c5. coming up. On a6 and c5, or c5 straight off the bat here, just to stop potentially c5 from white. Knight e8, c7. There's knight e8, c7, and then knight e5. So knight e5 coming up. If knight takes, pawn takes, maybe I can use that d6 square. Is it possible I can put a knight to d6 after? So knight e8 to d6 after. Okay. There is the move e6 here. I'll play that. It's possible that there's a sacrifice coming, which is the point here. I imagine. I don't have to take both pieces, though. I mean, I'll just take one of them. And then queen h4, try and get a counter-attack. Okay, so queen h4 here. Trying for a counter-attack. Well, there's rook f3 here. For that queen h2. Okay. There's not too many challenges at the moment. Could do a post-mortem on this. Any rematch is welcome. Okay, I could do a quick. I'm waiting for a challenge of post-mortem here. So London system with c4, and yeah, it's about equal, and yeah, it's pretty direct attacking play. Yeah, so HG was mentioned. Alright, maybe I could have just taken that. Alright, maybe it's possible to take that other bishop. It was possible, it seems, to take this bishop. The bishop's not letting the mate happen too easily. Okay, so yeah, okay. Alright, excellent. Kasparov fan. Okay. I think I'll play for just this, actually. Just this. Yeah. And h4 attack. h5, h4. Or queen e7 here. h5, h4. So h4 coming up, and then maybe knight g4. This is dangerous. Knight h2, hg. This looks a little bit on the dangerous side to play knight g4, knight h2. G4, knight h2, because then hg check and the queen coming to h4. Okay, so Knight h2 looks like a clear immediate threat here. If h3, hg, I think, and that looks dangerous for e3. Okay. That's intriguing. It's tempting to play knight e3 here. Would that be going crazy? Maybe I don't need to, in particular, play that. Okay, for the moment, I'll just guard f5. It might not be necessary. It might give white too much play to play that. Instead, I could bring some more resources here with knight f7, bishop d7, castle queenside. Okay. Bishop d7, castling queenside, or maybe f4. Any c5, there's bishop b5, that's handy. Is castling queenside too risky? Let's see what happens on scary looking g5. Maybe g4 is a little bit dangerous before even committing my king to anything. Okay. f4 looks interesting on bishop h3. H2 here. Okay, I might have blocked in my own attack. Although I think bishop b5 here. Mind you, there was knight f5. My f5 is very loose as well, I've just noticed. So this isn't very clear now at all. No, I think I'm losing the plot here. There's knight f5. I blocked in my own attack. I'm misplaying this. Is it possible queen g5 or maybe just bishop d7 here in the circumstance? Queenside swamping is very dangerous strategically. It's very nicely played by my opponent. Queen g5, is this plausible? I'm going to lose d6. I'm hitting f3 though, so maybe this is plausible. Possibly I need king e7 here. It's not ideal. Okay, my king's in the center there. It's not ideal. That loses an exchange. Ouch. Knight h3, is that handy? It's all getting to be a mess. Total mess. I don't like it at all now. My position. Yeah, I'm getting blasted. Okay. It's gone. Pair shapes. Maybe King E6 is. Or do I just take that? King E6. Maybe some cheapos here with Rook G1 coming up. Well, this is giving me Bishop C6 on the plate. Terrible weakness to the last move. There's a winning position for white. That was a completely winning position, I think. Yeah, I lost the plot here totally. In this game, I lost the plot. No, that was definitely me losing the plot. Just went downhill at some point here with too many weaknesses, blocking in my own attack. This loses a lot of the advantage technically. H2. I think I was a bit scared of castling queenside, but it's probably the thing to do here, to do this, and I think I was okay there for a moment. I started going wrong, H2, and then, yeah, knight F5 is immediately possible. So this is bad as well. Okay, queen G5 is necessary. Yeah, I think it's a series of blunders here. Even here there's queen F6. Okay, I'm not there's a loose piece. I don't think I'm seeing anything in this game. Okay. Not anything like that. Okay. So here white's just much better. Don't I make things a great deal worse by inviting F4 rather than the opponent's. F4's a real killer move, and this is not pleasant to play anymore at all. I think bishop takes C7 was going to be great. Okay, this happens in Blitz, I suppose, sometimes. That's just a blunder. Weakness of the last move. Okay. No. That was just terrible. Sorry. You were absolutely winning that. Absolutely winning that. Just watch out for the weaknesses of the last move. If there was a tip I was to give for anyone watching, when you're winning, watch out. Don't create a fatal weakness of the last move from a winning position. It causes regret, I think. Okay. Just play solid moves which don't create weaknesses. Sometimes the temptation to win material, like taking it, I guess, creates that. But if you're material up already, then no need to be tempted. Okay, yeah. Is B3 implausible? Queen A5, King B2, Queen A3 is nasty. So better not do that. In fact, there is a kind of weakness in the last move here, knight f5. My king's going to be attacked quite a lot here, it seems. Maybe I'll need c4 soon, very soon, after queen a5, c4. Or queen d6, try and change what's going on here away from my king. There's rook d7, which actually really is crushing rook d7 for my configuration. It seems. Knight d6 might be better. There's still the possibility of queen a5 and bishop b2 and queen a3 and that sort of horrible stuff. Yeah, very, very, very unfortunate position. Lose loads of time on the clock. Yeah. Not quite sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do here. This is a desperate defensive try. Queen d6 around here for queen c5. There's bishop b2 happening, so forget that for a moment. I don't want to allow bishop b2 with queen a3 in particular. Losing 2 minutes. At least that bishop's kind of potentially stuck. Right. I'll try and connect now for queen d6 without a huge punishment, I hope. Slightly different. The bishop b2 impact is slightly different here. All right. Okay. Okay. I think this changes things a bit. If I just take everything off here. Friendly rook d8. Although I miscalculated there, I'm really that wasn't exactly what I wanted actually to do. But the bishops, okay, I'm happy the bishop's on a2 here. Knight d6 might be a fun thing. So it looks as though I'm sort of playing material up. There's bishop b1, isn't there? Oh no. I thought there might be tactical bishop b1. Do I take on a6 or f7? Okay, f7's with check. Maybe this gives me some tactical ideas of check and check if the rook's left on the d file. Right, so check and check there. Picks up the rook. I didn't deserve this either. I think I'm a bit lucky today. It's pretty terminal, I think, the position, if we look at it, and it was pretty terminal for white. Oh yeah. No, yeah, that was looking dreadful as well. I'm definitely, I'm not firing on all cylinders here. This position is full of pitfalls for me. Black is much better. If here, there's, I think, immediate termination with rook d7 because of d1. And I don't think knight d6 was any better because of queen a5. Personally, I thought queen a5 was strong with the threat of bishop b2. So I do this. I think there's bishop b2 here with a forced checkmate. That classic sort of mate pattern. So yeah, I thought there was huge dangers here. Hence c4, but okay, best to take and it's black's got everything yeah, what they wanted. But here, okay, something went wrong with b3. Maybe that bishop's slightly bad, potentially. The queen's coming off, or yeah, I think I'm back in. I could have taken on d6 there. Back in the driving seat here, but there was a moment there. It just looks terrible. Yeah, of course. Okay. Fredo. There's a way of getting a small edge, I think. How does that go? Not knight f3, bishop e3. Karpov system or something. Or am I? I've already gone wrong here. It's possible. Because c4 is a pain sometimes. I'll try and play h4 and change, get the opponent out of book or something. Knight f3, and I wonder if there's a tempting g-file pressure here. So rook g1, f4, or bishop d4 here. Okay, try and neutralize the bishop. Okay, so f4. For rook g1. So f3's not possible, I think. Just take there. Queen d2 looks interesting. I think queen f4 is plausible here. Knight d3, bishop d3. And then g7 saying bishop d4, bishop f5 is check. So queen f4 looks plausible. First sight. King f1 might be a good safety precaution here to unpin a few things. Although, I've just learned bishop h3, haven't I? Let's try and extinguish bishop h3. as well. Maybe I should have just got rid of that bishop. Is knight e4 though a move here? Knight e4 looks dangerous for black in this particular position. Given I've unpinned usefully, that's something anyway. I think in principle to take this bishop off is going to be dangerous in principle. Queen e3, f4. Playing for f4. Although, do I get time for this business? That's the thing. I believe there's f takes here on the queen. Although there's a bishop h3 double check. That's annoying. King e1. Still seems plausible still. Queen e5, bishop h3. I've got g1 covered sometimes. Okay, King d2 here looks plausible. It doesn't seem as though there's millions of checks after King d2. Furthermore, it seems as though bishop d3 might be handy. If I can blast that bishop off the board with rook f5. If the rook dares to move, queen h8 is checkmate. Can I just take this f5 thing off? And bishop d3. Alright, this helps because now I've got bishop d4 coming up. Rook g7, bishop d4. Yeah, that was pretty intense. I don't really know. There was a possibility of an earlier bishop h3 when I moved unpinning. I was tempted to unpin. But here, was there bishop h3? Okay, apparently it doesn't change the evaluation too much there. Maybe I should have taken that on g7 straight off the bat. That's interesting to weaken the dark squares. Alright, c5. Okay, okay. Hang on. It doesn't like this at all. I lose after that, apparently. Basically, Queen H4, and that cuts some escape squares, and it does mean Bishop H3. And if Rook C3, Queen. Alright, that's a bit of technical stuff. Okay, so I should have played Bishop E5 instead. I've created a weakness for the last move, actually, technically, by not guarding H4 there. Yeah, as I say, a lot of these blitz games, the weakness of the last move is a major feature for opportunity to me. That's my opinion over the last few years playing blitz as well, this weakness of the last move concept. I've done quite a few videos about that term, weakness of the last move, if you want to check out my Kingscrusher channel. But yeah, I think a lot of blitz, fast time control, there's these just emergent opportunities which override grand plans. Maurice Ashley, the American Grandmaster, called it the secret of chess. So he inspired me with this path of thinking about weakness of the last move. I did a load of videos myself on it. But yeah, especially in blitz, the grand plan concept, I think, goes out of the window to often just the emergent opportunities. So that is just a really emergent tactical opportunity when Queen's just left H4, go into H4. It's as simple as it sounds. Pretty simple. It's the logic, isn't it? It's the give and take of a move. Basically, you give to something, you take from something else. So it's sort of just looking at that in particular, the give and take of a particular move. I suppose you could call it being pedantic about the opponent's move without even checking your plans or their plans, just a level of pedanticness. Okay. Can I go Queen H3? Alright, am I getting into a little bit of trouble, or is he creating weaknesses? Bishop E5, Rook E2, Bishop E5, is that a tactical liability though? So Rook E2 here. If I double the rooks, okay, there are potential weaknesses if I just take here and just double for the moment. If I slide back here onto dark squares, take here, try and hem in this bishop with D4. I suppose it's got this other diagonal. I might have been threatening knight D5 and stuff, queen E5. Okay, so here, maybe rook E5 threatening knight D5 again. H4 might be interesting. Well, there's pressure on G5 here, so H4 is also interesting. Try and fragment the opponent's pawns. I think that reduces king safety when the pawns are fragmented around the king. It doesn't have to fragment them, but okay, he has. So where to hang around here? Maybe Queen H3. Bring the other rook in. It's F3 or something. Or rook G3. It's not a check at the moment. Queen H5 or rook H5. Yeah. Let's try this again for a minute. I'm just seeing 92 to f4 as an interesting tempo gainer idea. There's no check right now, is there? Knight f4 to h5 gives rise to f6, knight f6 check. So I'm basically trying to swing this knight into the attack. So rook c2, knight f4, rook c1, king h2, but he's going to have to move his queen. And then knight h5 to f6. Well, maybe. Yes, it looks promising to win the exchange in any case. There's also rook g3 here, or just winning the exchange and then rook g3. Okay. Queen c7. Still queen c7. Alright, thanks for the game, yeah. That was, yeah, the knight swing was pretty dangerous, I think. Okay, Pascu, hi there. So this is Collet system. I like the idea of using the pin here. I've seen this mechanism before of knight g4, spring on the pin. I'm hoping it works okay here. Sometimes highlights that this piece is an unprotected piece. So, for example, knight f3, knight takes. I'll be taking that bishop. Okay, so here, queen h4 seems plausible. Bishop g4 also seems, maybe, you know, f3 though. I don't know, actually. Knight f3, knight f3. It's simplifying. Queen f3. I can take off that bishop. It leaves white with some dark square weaknesses, which may or may not be significant. In endgames, king can crawl up on dark squares sometimes. So I'm only looking at a potential slight endgame issue there. Yeah, a lot of pieces coming off. There might be another slight endgame issue if bishop g4, queen g3 takes double pawns, then take there. Do those add up for anything significant? Alright, well here, knight g4, knight f3 is interesting. Knight d3 might be the way to play this. Might be for bishop g4. Not entirely convinced by anything here. This just leads to a lot of simplification. Yeah, I'm not convinced. White's game's sort of uncoiled to at least afford this mass simplification if White wants it. I've got a target here, C7 on this file. The other thing is this could be strength. This center could be potentially troublesome. I probably want to try and fix these pawns. So something like rook e8, I encourage them to go forward. Protect that pawn. Yeah, maybe some dark square weaknesses again on e4. Maybe I take that, just give up the bishop, try and play on the dark squares. So, okay, rook e8, bishop f3, you can imagine, might be some sort of trouble for white on the dark squares. Okay, h6 here. Oh, there's knight e4. Okay, better stop knight e4, actually. d5. Sounds like a first reaction, kick the knight, but not necessarily great, the first reaction. The check seems useful for d3 here, before e5 closes up that diagonal. Is it possible that I play h6, knight f3, queen d3, knight e5? If I play queen d3 straight off the bat, there's no rook d1 just yet. There's queen b2, king g8. Okay, I'll grab that pawn. Queen b2. Well, there might be d4 there actually. I don't have to move my king back. f5 seems dangerous as well. This at least gives me f5 to play with. I'll go bishop f5, I think, which threatens queen b1. I thought f5 from white might be more dangerous there. Okay, can I kick this guy now? And I don't know, queen d4. I'm getting kicked around. Okay. I just want this knight to go back. This naughty knight. Go back. Go back, knight. Okay. Do I take it off or do I leave it? Maybe activate the rook. Try and damage the pawn structure. I'll try and stop g4 actually. g4 could be a right pain. Let's put an end to this g4 business. An advance of knight moving, just in case. So hit h4. Activate the rook more. Try and damage the pawn structure more. So target on a2, okay, a2, f4. If I play b5, that means, f4 immediately. Doesn't seem too controversial. Let's take that. b5 seems an idea. This is a tempo gain. Rook e4. b5 seems sensible. Queen d7 seems plausible. Although rook takes would have been good there, hitting the queen. That was too casual of me. Rook c4. I think I'll take off here. And take this check. Take the e file anyway. Okay, thanks to the game. Yeah, that was. I wasn't sure if anything. Okay. All this though. Okay, I like this gambit. Doing experimental research in this gambit for blitz chess. I think what I get out of this opening, I get a kick out of the bishops. I don't know if it sounds or not. I just get a kick out of the attacking bishops. Probably takes people out of, well, I assume it takes people out of theory quite quickly. There is a line which loses in about 12 moves, though. That's the only slight downside of this opening, where I don't get to castle or anything. That's pretty unpleasant when that happens. But thankfully, most people don't play that line, that particular line, which I end up losing, yes, very rapidly here in this opening. This isn't the critical crunch line. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so knight e4, getting some squares to play with now. Maybe bishop c6 coming up. White doesn't really want to play b takes, does he? Okay. Take it here. I could take that and bishop h8. Maybe queen h3 here hits the two pawns. One would be with check. So queen h3. Queen e5, queen e3. If knight e4, bishop b7 check wins the queen on e5. This is check here. This pawn's momentarily dangerous. How dangerous? Queen d5, Queen c4, Queen ties down the queen for a moment, doesn't it? Okay. Queen d3 to g3. I imagine queen f4. Knight f3, queen f3. Queen g3 coming up here before I get exterminated totally. Queen g3. I'm going to play bishop d3 and c3 if I can get the chance. Bishop d3 holds against rook f1 anyway, under certain circumstances. Maybe that's not crucial right now. The key thing... bishop d3, b4, then c3. Okay, it's not a trap, is it, for bishop d3? Okay. Play b4 here. I'll try to be active with rook d7. Bishop f3 and rook d7. Just try and be active here with these minor pieces. So he's got strong pass pawn now. Is that winning or not? Yeah, it's simple, wasn't it? dear. Okay. Well played. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I didn't get what I wanted from the opening, I think. It was a bit miserable after rookie free, to be honest. Well played. Okay, Teja. Okay, so bishop a7 and h6. Okay, my castle. So king h7 and right. So knight f4 coming up. I think knight f4, knight g2, right? D5. Is this D5 going to be good, or G5? King G7, D5. I could tease the C5 check. I don't think it's that dangerous, E5 check. Okay, knight E4 then. This gives rise to, oh, okay, bishop A6 looks very tempting. So bishop A6 and queen F6. Bishop A6, queen F6. Can't really see anything beyond that at the moment. Yeah. Well, there's bishop h3 actually. Come to think about it, bishop h3 here. Okay, and then queen f6, an improvement on things, perhaps. There's a pin. There's f3 anyway, or d5. Okay, he's got f3. Take this guy off. Threaten rook e2. And take this guy. Okay, thanks, Teja. Friedel. And I'll play English opening. I think. So d4. D5 here. It's tempting. H3 and F4 is looking like a good space gain. E5 looks very, very tempting for D6. This is a very fast pace on this game so far. E6, I'm hoping is plausible. Try and gain more space. So D takes. Oh, hang on. There could be a snag here. Oh, don't tell me. Okay, please don't tell me. Yeah, I thought there was a snag with G takes taking on F5. Maybe there is. The way this is played now, I think I can take in the 94. Uh, 94 seems plausible. Supports Bishop G5 under the right time for Bishop G5. Oh, Queen G4 now is dangerous. I still go in for this H4, Queen H5 business. Okay, this unpins does threaten the queen. This unpinning. Okay, quite violent, isn't it? This game. Queen H5, Queen D2, King H3. I mean, Queen H5. While I've got the chance to evict, serve the eviction notice to the Queen. King H3. So this G file, how dangerous is it? Rook G8, E7. My pawn is pretty dangerous by this point. I guess there's Rook G3 happening. So maybe to safeguard things, Rook F3 here, and then still play E7 the next move. This knight's not interfering with events too much. Or is it? I don't know. Or I could just go for E7 now, just allow Rook G3, King G3, Bishop E5. Seems a bit too dangerous. For example, King H3, Queen H2. So I think Rook F3 might be needed, unfortunately. Rook F3 might be needed. Okay. Okay. So I think I'm threatening E7. The Queen's poised for E7 support. E7 looks dangerous. I can reinforce again, or E7. Maybe just reinforce again with rook g1. Maybe it's the safe thing to do. Put yourself beyond defeat before going on the attack is the art of war principle I kind of like for chess. It aligns well with a lot of Nimzovitchian stuff about, sometimes he's literally said the same thing in my system, putting yourself beyond defeat before going on the attack. He's literally, I don't know if he's read The Art of War. Okay, so e7, knight e3 is not yet threatening a mating thing with queen g2, so I would say e7 is a concern here for black, isn't that? e7. I can't put myself beyond the defeat any more than I have done in regards with g3. I want to keep this active queen on h5. I think e7. Okay, so knight d6, I suppose. Knight d6 happens. Oh, I see. So f6 is possible then. Okay. So I'm hitting e5, I'm threatening f7. Okay, there's queen f7. I think by this point I'm threatening queen g8 if bishop g3 anyway for e8 after. Queen h6, queen h5. Oh, okay, there's a trap there. Right, king g2. "26 seconds. Have I walked into something horrible?" I have, haven't I? Oh, I can't do it in time. Oh! Okay. Alright, yeah. There was a good trick at the end. There's a perpetual trick. Oh. Let's have a quick look. All right, hang on. This is knight h5. Knight h5. I'm missing the simple knight h5. Okay, that saves a lot of hassle. It saves a lot of hassle. Yeah, I think I'm just queening here. Okay, it's queening. Knight h5. Okay, I kind of welcomed. For some reason, I thought I'd welcome this. Rook g3. That's a bit crazy to think like that, to welcome rook g3, especially if it's technically losing. It's not clever. It's not funny. Okay, here I'm back in the game, but queen g6 is probably a draw. Okay. Alright, fun. Alright. I hope you enjoyed that as much as me today. Okay. Thanks. Okay, see you next week then. Thanks so much.